Joshua, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's up, Naz and Danny, man? Appreciate you guys for having me.
How are you? How are you?
Shoot, I'm actually doing well. Camp is coming towards this last week, and I got a fight coming up on the 25th of February, and I'm doing well. Other than everything in boxing, I'm doing well. I can't complain.
So, where is this fight taking place?
So I'm in Brampton currently. It'll be at the Brampton CA Center, and that'll be thrown by United Boxing. That's my promotional team, and I'll be having my going for 8-0. I have my eighth fight of heading into like my full year in the pros, and I'm excited.
Wait, headed into a full year in the pro and you already got 8 fights?
Well, yeah, I did want to do a little bit more, but I heard I've been doing enough. Like I've been pretty active, so I'm 7-0 currently, 6 knockouts, and I'll be fighting in February. And then unlike my first year, I had a full lineup of fights for the whole year, and this year we're just taking it as it comes.
So tell me a little bit about your promotional company because I'm already impressed to hear that you got 7 fights in 1 year.
Well, United. I grew up around. Hopefully, you guys can hear me well.
We
Yes,
hear
I
you
grew
sir.
up with
fine.
United. Oh, perfect. I grew up with United. I was one of those little kids that you used to see running around the shows. Used to play hockey as a child for Brampton, and it's also in a huge facility, local. So a lot of kids grew up in there. And growing up, I never thought I would be a boxer, but at one point I changed and chose the path of the warrior, and I'm all into the family business. I grew up in a family household of fighters. I grew up in the gym, and basically at this point, United was closest to me. I could trust, and I knew they had the best interest in me. So I signed a two year deal with them. With a I can opt out in my third year, but as far as they said they would be able to give me as much fights as I needed, and that I was really open to that.
And it seems like they've been doing that. I'm assuming you've been happy with the way they've been able to move you.
Yeah, I've been having fun. They actually let me sign a pretty sweet deal, so I can fight on other promotional lines. I don't have to strictly fight for just their shows, which allows me to
Okay.
stay busy, and not really let them know that they're with me and they trust me. So they're on my side.
So when did you take up the sport? I heard you say that you took this up a little bit late. You didn't know you were going to be a boxer.
I grew up in the gym my whole life, training like I said, but I started maybe when I was 18. I just turned 29 about a month ago. So last I want to say 10 years, 11 years I've been in the game. I did the national my first and second year in the amateurs. I was a Canadian national champion by my second year, best boxer at the nationals. And then after that, I actually took my talents to Jamaica, and I ended up having over 80 international fights. And the process was actually an amazing process.
Now,
You're in Canada now?
Yeah, I live in Canada. I'm born and raised in Canada, and like as far as moving around, I'm willing. I'm able to go. I have a huge team behind me that helps and supports me, and I'm actually lucky I have them because if I do need to move around, they allow me to be free then that way.
I wanted to ask because your last fight was the first fight that you've had go to decision. So that was your first 6 rounder and your first time ever being past 3 rounds. This fight you got coming
Hmm.
up February 25th is your first scheduled 8 rounder. Obviously, you don't get paid to go 8, so it could end at any point. But how's that preparation been, and do you believe you're ready to go the full 8 if need be?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm in great shape, and in my last fight, there was a point maybe a few weeks before the fight where in training camp. I don't know if other fighters do it, but I tend to train based on how I want to fight. So instead of going out there to go for the kill and the knockout, I wasn't really chasing it in the fight. But if it came at any moment, I was gonna take it. But there was a few things I learned in the fight that just the vets are gonna do, and I think that's what everything is for right now.
So, are you around the areas of Phil LaGreco? What was the other? It's a pretty, obviously Cody Crowley. You
Who else we
got,
got out there? Castile Clayton's from out there.
yeah. Any of these guys in and
So
around your area? Or 'cause I know Canada's
so
huge.
you know what? It's big, but like I said, I've traveled and I've actually reached out to all the fighters in Canada, anyone that's fought like Vargas or Rose. Rose grew up in the gym I was in. My father is my coach with Frazer, and we've had huge support from our supporters. I got Rival Boxing's been helping me with gear probably before I was even a boxer. So they helped me out with sports other than boxing before I was a boxer. And now that I'm boxing, I've reached out to all these other people, but now I actually have to look out to networking. So I was out there in Long Island hanging out with Jai Tucker not too long ago, and pretty much that family right there, the whole aspect of them it was a beautiful scene out there.
How
Hanging out with Jahad Tucker or getting at work
Oh,
with Jahad Tucker?
we were. When I say I travel, I only travel for work. So when I say hanging out, I mean we're in training and we're going hard. And like I've tend to stop telling people, the deep goals of what we do, but it seems like hanging around people that have the same end game as me has really helped me grow and like sharpen the steel quicker.
So, any plans on making a U.S. debut, or are you looking to continue to build yourself in Canada and force the fights to your side of town? Because we've seen guys like John Pascal and Adonis Stevenson, Lucian Bute become very big
Yes.
in Canada and force Americans and other people to their country for defenses and fights.
So I was always told I had to go out to someone. It's always nicer to go to someone's home and beat them in their home. I would love to be able to bring the titles back to my home city, but it's Brampton. It's in Ontario, and the rules are a little bit different. So we do same day weigh-ins, and I love
Oh,
the rules. I'm
wow.
used to them. So I think that by
Same day
time,
weigh-ins.
yeah, the fights that you're talking about, those historical fights, like even like a Duran and Leonard, all that stuff happened in Montreal. But I can drive there. It's driving distance. I won't drive there no more. I'll take a little
But
flight.
but
But
why in Brampton is it same day weigh-ins?
so as the fighter, I never try to jump into it too much. But now I hear a lot of fighters talking about it. So I think we're gonna try to get together as a collective and try to see if we can get it um more generalized to like our neighbors as far as Montreal, where that's where the belts are. That's where all the champions tend to come and that's where they stay. So I can go there and get in work, but it's a weird thing. It doesn't seem like everyone wants to just get in the ring and spar with anyone no more. I don't know what it is, but
So are you
I've been
guys
like
under a different sort of um sanctioning body in Brampton? I'm just shocked as to why it would be same day. I don't think I've ever heard professional same day weigh-ins until they changed it. I don't know anyone that's still
yeah.
doing it.
So it's I might be
yeah,
one of the few people who are still doing it. We used to have Ken Kanashi, and now we have a new commissioner who's actually willing to get the fights out there. And now that I'm a boxer and I'm in it and I see it happening and I'm asking the questions, I can kind of get some answers. But it seems like the rules haven't been changed from the older rules that were set or like even redone in a while. So, but
So
we
so let me
we've been having a
ask,
lot of fights.
if you were fighting under traditional rules, would you still be a junior welterweight? Excuse
So
me,
I would
excuse me,
I went.
excuse me, junior
I,
middleweight.
you mean yeah, I've hit 147 by accident in the gym. When I say by accident, I mean just like keeping the sauna suits on and stuff like that. Like just keeping hoodies on and track suits. I tend to work out really hard, so the weight will just fall off over time. And then with the nutrition, like, so the day before weigh-in, what I like is I'm still gonna stick in the 154 division. That's really what I'm gonna do. I really do want to make my name here and make a staple at a certain weight. I don't want to jump around and play around with the weight.
I noticed that you've gotten down as low as 151. Is welterweight in the plans? Or are you just fighting at junior middleweight until the title shot opportunity comes?
I think actually my promoter would love me to go to 147, but I've had that talk with him, and I told him where I would love to make my stand and make my legacy,
But
or leave it there.
again, if you were doing next day weigh-ins, um, or day before fight day weigh-ins, would you consider welterweight more?
I think if I would have done it more in my career, I would be highly open. I'm open to it, but as I'm seeing, even some guys in the 54 division are small, and then I'm looking at the taller guys in the 147 division. They're looking really skinny. So I would love, I love the competition I have at the 54 division. Not saying that any other division isn't the best division, but I think this is one of the best divisions in the world.
And what are you hydrating to the night of the fight? Like, obviously, you weighed in earlier that day. How much are you able to put on?
I could put on weight. I don't like throwing on a bunch of weight. If I was to do bigger rounds, 10 rounds, I probably am gonna hydrate a little bit more. Um, Heading into the 12 round, period of my life, I would hydrate a little bit more. But I'm not hydrating back up.
We lost you.
Uh,
You said you're not hydrating what?
I'm not putting on like an extra 7, 8 kilos after the fight. Like, but I do fully hydrate.
So
So what are you weighing on fight night?
Mm, I haven't really jumped on the scale before I got back in there. I actually just rehydrate until my body feels like it tells me she's good, and then I'll stay on a program until the fight, until the fight gets to I get in the ring. But if I was to say weigh in at 154, I'd be probably walking in under 160, 160 by the time fight night.
Okay.
so
Yeah.
if you were to fight now, let's say you get an opportunity to fight under the rules pretty much everybody else is under with the day before,
Hmm.
how much more do you feel you would have to rehydrate? Because obviously now you're gonna be facing somebody who naturally rehydrates for a day and a half versus you only have same day to rehydrate.
I think it would be amazing because we both have the same amount of time to hydrate. And I can actually start to train my body to get used to it. It's just because I'm home right now. We haven't really had no fights labeled to go out of town. I haven't really been thinking about the day before weigh-in, but Montreal is where I had that fight, and we did a day before weigh-in. It's just a whole different feeling. There's a lot of time, and I know eventually that time is going to be filled with TV press and stuff like that. So I do understand that time is going to be filled. So it's basically going to be similar to a day, same day weigh-in, anyways, because you're going to be busy.
So
Nah, man.
Nah,
Shit.
it ain't like that. It ain't like that.
Champ though. So
Is
let me
that
ask.
Nez?
No, well look. I ain't never been to a fight that same day weighing, but break it down for me right now. You fighting? What is your day like? What time is you hitting the scale, and what time is you hitting the ring, and what you doing in between? Cause I'm with fighters after weigh-ins. Bro, we is eating like a mother. Like, you know what I'm saying? They
Yeah,
they got the lunch, and then they got the dinner, and then the nutritionist got the snacks in between. And then the next
yeah.
morning they got the breakfast, and then they got the lunch, and then they got the light snack before the fight.
So
Like,
I'm on this. I'm on similar to I get the breakfast. I go get lunch and have a light and have it. I have dinner pretty much before the fight. We'll sit down with the family and have dinner at my
damn,
house.
dinner?
Oh, bro, I eat. But that's the thing is like when I was an amateur, the only thing that sucked is I was cutting weight. So I would fight 5 times
Mm.
in like say a week, and I was cutting weight. But now this is for one night, so we do this. I go 12 rounds.
I'm excited for you. I mean, I can't believe you've gotten that many fights. You know, you got to stay there, keep doing your thing, because this guy's giving you the development that you need. You're also going into the ring versus Uriel Hernandez. Seems to be a tough guy. Obviously, he has a losing record, but he's only lost to undefeated fighters, and he hasn't been able to be knocked out by any of those undefeated fighters. Any
Correct.
concern or I don't know, your competitive nature, driving you to train harder to be the first man or second man rather to knock him out. He has been knocked out once, but that was his first fight. I mean, a long time ago in 2012. Other than that, he's been able to hang with these undefeated prospects fairly
Yeah,
well and take them the decision, which obviously is a concern for me since you've never gone 8 rounds, and this will only be you only had one 8 rounder and you're jumping now. Excuse me, you only had one 6 round and you're jumping up to 8 round. I mean, I'm fucking up. You had
no, you
one
got
eight
it. You got it
rounder.
right.
You had one eight. Oh yeah, you
This
had
is
one six
first,
rounder.
bro. No, he's
Yeah,
only
yeah.
gone
I had a
6
6.
once, Ness.
I had a 6 and I
He's
jumped to
had
the 8. You
four
got it
six
right.
No, no,
rounders.
You
no.
got
He's
it
got
right.
more than 1 6. He's
Yeah,
got more than 6.
he got exactly.
But he's only gone 8.
Yes,
This could be his
yes,
first time
yes.
going
I'm just
8.
No,
trying to
you
help
got
you
it.
out. Just let me talk, champ. I got you. Jesus.
No, you guys got it right. No, for sure. It don't really make me feel any type of way, but it did excite me to know that he hasn't been really stopped by these undefeated guys. It did make me want to try to be that one. It does push you in the gym months ahead for sure, and I'm excited to get back in the ring. I really do enjoy staying active, um, and I do enjoy fighting the best of the best out there. So I do understand this is a different game. We're gonna have to work our way there, and I'm willing to travel. My team is with me. I have a huge support system with, from like I said, Rival Boxing. I have good family members. Joey, my father, with Frazer, is my coach. There's a lot of people that look out for me. Burt Bevel there. These are some people that actually I don't know where I would have been without them. So at this point in my career, it's um it's actually gonna be huge. It's huge. The fact that he hasn't been stopped by these guys, it doesn't really, no, it does, because I'm preparing to do what to basically put the game plan in place. So
Well, we got a few questions from the people. Looks like Adrian Rowan in Wisconsin sends the first one, asking, how long was your training camp for this fight? And were there any struggles making the weight, or was it more just sharpening your skill set and putting gas in the tank?
um, big shout out to Wisconsin, man, and that's a good question. We still have a week out, and like I said, I'm still eating good. Um, the other day, the boys went out after training camp, and they did a whole group eating, and I did join them, but obviously we have to stay dedicated. So I went out. Big shout out to Ghost Chicken. Went out and got some good food, and I've been training, man. I've been in the gym. We did an 8-week camp, and we're heading towards our last, I want to say, 12 days. The last couple weeks, little wrap up. So as far as licensing and stuff like that to get the MRIs, sometimes that could be timely manner. You got to keep all that stuff on time to make sure the fight can happen. Because if some of those things could be at a date, that stuff is outside of the ring. So I guess that stuff is sometimes, because it's not in the ring, it's a little mental. You gotta get it done.
For sure.
Champ, I gotta ask you, long time ago and obviously now, shit, I mean, you guys in different weight classes, but is there any interest in avenging that knockout defeat in the amateurs to Castillo Clayton?
So there's been I won't lie to you. I don't even know what a black ball is, but so I fought for Team Canada. I ended up going to Jamaica really quick, and it was because I was a gold medalist. I never made it to any of the 4-year events, um, and it seemed like they were sending bronze medalists over me. I did never fight Castillo Clayton. My family's from Nova Scotia, and we don't live far from where the Claytons grew up. And there's a huge history out there. And Castillo's at 147. He's a bit smaller. The only time I've met Castillo was when I was centralized for Team Canada in Montreal,
So,
and I never got to spar with him, not a day.
so, okay, cool. That because it's interesting. Like, box truck, they got to amateurs, and I'm like,
Yeah, they're all
damn.
messed up.
And
All
I
messed up.
and I know how it go, right? Like I know it's not they not putting everything. They usually only put like the major events, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, damn, he ain't fight from 2010 to 2015 and not one major Canadian event. So I found that interesting because it's like, damn, how you go from 2010 to 2015 with nothing. But definitely wanted to ask you about that because that's a name that we know very well. Somebody who I met because he's relocated here through from Canada, or at least for camp.
Nice.
Um, damn, what's my God? There's a one of the
Eric,
trainers, yeah, Coach Eric. He came from Canada. He moved his entire gym from Canada out here, so he's doing
Wow.
his yeah, he's doing his thing out here.
That's a big move. Yeah, that's big. That's big.
So
Shout out
is
to the
that
boxing in Vegas.
yes, sir? So is that a fight that obviously you guys ain't never fought, but is it a fight that interests you though?
like
Oh,
he
for
said,
sure.
you're a
If
bit
he even
smaller.
even if he want to meet at even like a 150 or something, I would love to do it. I
Mm.
ain't going to 147 though. I can't. Like I'm saying, those guys are kind of small.
I
You know
mean,
what I mean? It
wouldn't
might
that
be in
be
my
the
advantage,
point
yes.
though? Wouldn't that be the point? You get
Yeah,
the
but like
advantage.
I got a body that can go up to heavyweight.
Mm. How tall are you?
Yeah, I'm 6'3" plus.
Okay, that is tall, but you got to keep in mind. Look at Jamal James. But moving forward, we got Brandon in Houston. It says, "What's up, Joshua? Thanks for
Good
coming on the
call.
show." Let's say you were
Thanks for
going
having me.
into your next fight on February 25th and you had to deal with one of these things. Which do you think would be the easiest to overcome and still get the win? One guaranteed awful judge or an incompetent referee?
Either way, I think the game plan that I put into plan has nothing to do. The judge is only there to keep us protected, and then the people on the outside of the ring. If you do a highly classical thing, I mean, if you outclass, like they say, well, like I want to go into people's backyard and take their belts from them, so you can't just do a split decision. You got to go and take what's yours. So I think on this weekend I'm gonna take what's mine, and I can't wait to start leaving my hometown and going out there for these small titles, big titles, for every fight I need.
I got Rue in a 504 New Orleans that says, your dad told the Gleaner that he thinks bigger fights are on the horizon for you. When do you think you will get these fights? I mean, I think it's extremely early to be talking about big fights only your first year in boxing,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah.
You breaking up, champ?
I did. Sorry about that. I'm moving a lot. I did sign that 2 year with an opt out deal with my promoter, United Promotion, and I'm happy with him. But it seems like I was looking for in my mind when I was in the amateurs. I did about roughly almost 100 fights, and the whole time I wanted to be in the pros. Like the whole time I wanted to be here. So now that I'm here, I think I am gonna enjoy the process a lot more than rushing it as I did through the amateurs. I was doing 22 fights a year, 30 fights a year, and it was hard to get fights sometimes. So
How many were you able to get all together before turning pro?
90 some.
Oh wow. So
I
you you
wasn't I wasn't counting. Like after a while, I wasn't counting. I ended up going to Poland for Jamaica and winning tournaments in Poland. I ended up winning the Caribbean Championships for Jamaica. I won a lot of tournaments for Jamaica. I went up to Thailand and put on top five for Jamaica. You know, my first international tournaments and stuff, and first cash tournaments and things like that. And just seeing the best fighters from Asia, Oceania, and like from different around the world, I think it was the best thing for me.
did you get to meet any of the great? I mean, and I say that loosely because I know people gonna take shots, but obviously
Yeah.
you got your Nathan Gallimores, you got your what's my man named it for? Oh my God, I can't believe the
Nicholas
Axeman,
Walters.
yeah,
Nicholas
Nicholas
Walters.
Walters. I just seen he was back training. Have you been able to meet any of the bigger name Jamaican fighters?
So I'm fortunate and I'm happy. So ever since I was in Jamaica, I now currently the Olympic 22 Olympian heavyweight from Jamaica trains with at the same gym with me and my father. And he moved up with us. And when I go back to Jamaica, those guys always come out to the old nationals in Jamaica and stuff like that, and they do show face. So I have had the pleasure of running into a lot of people, and God rest his soul, Hector Rocco was always out there, and I did love chatting with him in his earlier days for sure. And like some of the Jamaican legends, Axeman, Gardner. Yes, I've actually had the chance to meet him. I would love to get in the ring with him, just to because you get to learn stuff from people. And Yeah, yeah. No, they're amazing people.
I got Lids Low in Decatur, Georgia that says, "What it do, champ? Do you have your eyes on any particular person at 154, or can anyone get it?" My audience is rushing you. You know, they don't understand prospect right now, but feel free to answer.
And the funny thing is, I have a team behind me that helps me not make those quick steps myself because I guess if I was, I don't even read the contracts that come in. I look at the round and I look at the weight and I go back to training. So as far as looking at names and stuff, I think every man can get it. And at this point, it's a stepping stone to the top because I know back in the day they used to do certain amount of fights to get ranked and whatever. But I'm willing to spend some time. I got about 9 years in the game, so I'll be here.
Absolutely, man. And we know Cody Crowley well, and you know he believes he's a draw in Canada, but he's been fighting in America as he got with PBC. What is your goal? Again, do you believe you can be like a Boutte and John Pascal and Adonis and bring people to you, or would you prefer to come to America and fight in one of the meccas of boxing?
Um, Most definitely, I would love to travel the world. I've never been to England, but most definitely, America is where the best boxers, as far as I've seen traveling, and like historically, um, they've got they've got some numbers and they got a lot of like I want to say a lot of opportunities out there. So as far as if you meet the right person or if you rub shoulders and someone likes you, it could change real quick. So yeah, I used to live in the States. I used to play basketball out there, so I am willing to go back.
Well, Joshua, those are the last of our questions. Let everybody know where they can follow you and let everyone know how they can get tickets to your fight.
Obviously, you know, what, a week away now, so definitely want to get those tickets out.
Thank you, man. Hey, big shout out to the Boxing Voice and Nez and Danny, man. Thank you for this opportunity. Once again, people, my name is Joshua Frazer. You can reach me at joshuafrazier.com. Social medias, you can search my name at Joshua Frazier or Jay Frazier Boxing. And basically, tickets are on sale at Ticketmaster.ca. Go to tickets, search United Boxing, and put in that unlocked fighter code Frazier. Use my last name. And I really do appreciate you guys for this moment and this opportunity to just learn and just get better. This is like my first of a handful of interviews, and I can't wait until we become a household. So, thank you guys for the opportunity.
Thank you,
Appreciate
thank
you,
you.
man. Appreciate you coming on and telling us your story. Send our love to Russ Amber. We appreciate him as well. Keep doing your thing, champ. After the win, we'll be more than happy to get you back on for the victory lap.
Let's do it. Thank you guys for this moment, and everyone, go shout out the Boxing Voice. Nez and Danny doing an amazing job, man. I'm a pleasure to be on your show, man. Thank you guys.
Thank you, bro.
As are we to follow your career, man. Keep doing your thing. We need another big name out of Canada, brother.
It means a lot. I'll see you guys soon.
All right, brother. There you have it. Joshua Frazier. He's going to be doing battle February 25th. Big, little, small. We interview them all.
Yes.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1,000,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000,000. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.